going some more. Yes, there is so much going on with P. Diddy. Just, just when you think you have it covered on one end, you don't. I'm doing this on both channels. Now, P. Diddy has had a lot of people under his tutelage. It's just what it is. It is what it is. And when you get to that point to where you become so big that now you have politicians under your belt, he had, oh my goodness, law enforcement, state, local, federal level. I mean, he just had it all up and down for him to do the things that he was able to do. And even Kanye West came out and called him a Fed. He said he's a Fed. And I stopped and think, I'm like, is he a Fed? You know, I had to look into that. So I found that a little interesting. But now, the rapper I'm talking about is Shyne. Now, Shyne is quite interesting. Shyne's father, okay, Shyne is from Belize. And right now, Belize is the buzz of Congress. And he was able to, how can I say, goodness, how do I say this? He was able to get, let me see, can I hear this? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure you can hear me, and it's not working out the way I wanted to, but that's all right. He was able to sheesh, to get the ear of Congress, but he did it through P. Diddy. Now, even though P. Diddy did him terrible, yes, he did. Okay, hear it. Now, even though P. Diddy did what he always do, and that is see an angle and then exploit it. Now, Shyne did some years behind P. Diddy back in the 1990s, and he had some albums, some hit raps under his belt. Okay, let's get into it. Shyne, he comes from a family of politicians. His dad was the prime minister of Belize. Now, Shyne said he is going to be the prime minister of Belize. Now, I found that an interesting statement. He said, I'm going to be the prime minister of Belize. Yes, I am. By me saying that, that's exactly what I'm going to be. And right there is like how some of these politicians say, I'm the next president. I'm the next I believe he's going to be the next prime minister. And okay, Belize has its own form of corruption, but I'm going to leave that to the side. Now, Shyne, by him having friends in the music industry, you had Jay-Z down in Belize, you had P. Diddy down in Belize, into where they were buying property. And Shyne said, hey, I want to thank you for the money that you have given to the Belizean people. I appreciate that. Thank you for the money. Now, now P. Diddy, keep in mind he had his, he had his private planes, and through the lawsuit, he was bringing in rugs. Put a D in front of it. I got to be careful. I'm a small YouTuber. They could take me out with no problem. Brought in rugs, brought in other things through Belize. And by Shyne working his way through politics and then becoming the head of the opposition, which happens to be a Democratic Party there in Belize. Now, the prime minister and the, the Congress I don't quite know what they call it. They were like, no, I see what you're trying to do. No. If you have any criminal record anywhere in the world, you could be out in the middle of the ocean on a little piece of land and you kick a rock and hit a dolphin, that's a crime. And you cannot be prime minister. You can't even run. So Shyne is like, okay, oh man, hey, P. Diddy, check this out. I need your help. Yes, I did 8 years for you because I didn't do what they convicted me of doing. You know you did it, so you owe me. Interestingly enough, he went to all the Democratic states. The first place where he went was Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and he was speaking to those people there. Then he went to, where else did he go? To Philadelphia, Chicago. He went to other places. Hey, how you doing? I'm not quite sure. Is that? Oh, right there it is. Am I a ride or die? For P. Diddy, no. No, not a ride or die. I'm sort of neutral about it. But he went to all the different Democratic places. Now, keep in mind, P. Diddy, he was into politics as well. Oh, Republican. I'm an independent. I'm an independent, so ride or die. That's what I thought you meant. Thank you. I'm an independent. But you're welcome. But P. Diddy had a lot of politicians in his pocket because he was spending money. Go back to my other videos to where I was talking about goodness, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio and Michael Paz from the Fugees. Oh, that's a complete mess. Totally in politics. And politics and the entertainment business go hand in hand. They go hand in hand together. So P. Diddy set that up. He did. He set that up. Shyne got up here. He went to Congress. And this was last year. Went to Congress, talked to Congress. All of a sudden, he got his record expunged. I don't know what deal he made, but it had to have been something that he offered the United States, because Belize is in a position to where it's close to South America, close to Venezuela, close to all those places to where they can get to. Now they had El Salvador and they had Nicaragua, but that right there is, how can I say, mostly a moot point now. The new one is Belize. That's the new I can country. I can do this, I can do that, and I can take over. Just my personal thought. Now, P. Diddy paved the way for Shyne. Now, Shyne goes back and he starts kicking people in their back. Not literally kicking people in their backs, but you know what I mean. He starts doing the business of what he needed to do to gain more traction. Now, you had Jay-Z down there, all of them bringing in money. Now, if you follow the story of Cassie, P. Diddy had some properties down there doing some wild FOs, and it was wild. Never been there, don't want to be there. I'm not into that crazy stuff, and neither are you. But Shyne had to turn a blind eye to a lot of what was going on down there. He had to allow certain things in order to keep the money coming in and for him to be able to continue moving his way up the ladder. So it took him at least about a good, 5, 6 years in order to get to that point to where he could become prime minister. Now, for him to say, I'm going to be the next prime minister, he already has everything already straightened out. Now he's saying Belize is a narco country. Now he has to get rid of certain people or certain elements in Belize because there's a lot of shootouts going on down there. And now he's also trying to get rid of his oppositions who are going against him. Now, how he turned his back on P. Diddy? P. Diddy going through all these things with Cassie. Now, I'm not going to get into the part to where he was abusing her. I'm not going to get into that, not on this platform. Him on my other platform, I do. Here, this is strictly political. That was a strategic move on Shyne's part. Strategic. He can A, move away from P. Diddy. He got everything that he needed. He got the funding, the money, everything what was needed. Now, since P. Diddy has all this horrible press, he been accused of alleged parking lot or traffic jam trafficking, if you get what I mean. He been charged, he been alleged through the lawsuit, the civil lawsuit of him bringing in rugs into the country and and using those rugs in his parties and spreading them around on a private jet. Quite interesting that he could not afford for him to fly around because just, I could only imagine having a private jet and putting fuel in there would take half his money just on one flight. And I'm just being a little liberal with that. And P. Diddy had his people, billionaires, Ron Burkle. He has a lot of stock in Boeing Air Force Base, Boeing airplane companies. He has a lot of stocks there. Clive Davis, and there are other billionaires that he was with. So he had this money coming in. Now, Shyne is like, okay, I can gain some access to that money, but I denounce you, P. Diddy. That is a horrible thing. I cannot have anything. I got to break ties with you. I denounce that. That is a terrible thing. And you doing that, you can't have anything to do. I can't have anything to do with you because that behavior is not right for me being a politician and the next prime minister of Belize. Brilliant. That's a brilliant move to be able to get him back, get money, because P. Diddy did give Shyne about $1 million or $2 million and put a lot of money into his country, put people working, the resorts, money's coming in. It might not have been clean money. It was most definitely dirty money, but he was able to use that to help his countrymen. Within all that, he got rid of them too. And made a lot of headwaves with people within the United States, representatives and senators. He has their ear. So now he's able to go from one level to a higher level. He doesn't need P. Diddy anymore. P. Diddy's done. Did he do it? Diddy did it. And Diddy is gone. So within all that, okay. Revenge, he was able to help himself and get P. Diddy back. I'm not laughing at that. I'm not, okay, kind of laughing at that. But it's going to, soon we're going to be hearing things about Belize, just as soon as Shyne Barrows wins the prime minister position of Belize. And I have a funny feeling we're going to start hearing a lot more about it. We're going to start hearing more about the educational component, more about the tourism, going down, cleaning it up, get rid of the high crime and pushing that away. And then you're going to be able to hear people say, oh, come to Belize. It's a beautiful country. Come, come, come. And to add a little bit of this, Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade, where did they take their vacation? Belize. They were there. That was what? A year and a half ago they were there? Yeah, 2002. Taking that money from Atlanta, Georgia, going down. Okay, I'm going to leave that right there. But they got... So, my question to you is this. Yeah, you're right. On a taxpayer's dime. You are absolutely right. The taxpayer's dime. You're absolutely right. They did that. No, yeah, they did that. And I got a funny feeling that when Fannie goes down, and she's going down hard, she should have had enough sense to say, hey, okay, let me lessen the blow. Let me remove myself. She didn't do that. She doubled down. But there's one person that is not being looked at, and that's a Lieutenant Governor, Governor Jones, Bernie Jones, or Burt Jones. He is being investigated for vote tampering or some of that sort. We can't even afford milk and you know, oh yeah, I most definitely believe you, because the stuff what they were doing down there, it was more. Fannie is so upsetting. She's so upsetting because you would absolutely think Bidenomics. Yeah, yeah. You would think that Fannie would say, okay, the previous DA was terrible. He did all these things. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to be better, and I'm going to bring positivity and respect back to the DA of Fulton County. Oh, thank you. I'm with you too. Thank you. That's not what she did. She immediately got in there, and the first thing what she did was she circumvented her boyfriend, whom has done this before. He was over in Cobb County, right over in Cobb County. He did the same thing to Sonia. What was her name? Sonia Allen. Did the same thing, but only over the jails. And he got $500 an hour, and he did that for about what, 2 years, to look at the deaths in the jail, and never came up with a report, had nothing written down. Man. And then he goes to Fannie, and look, Fannie, she paid her. She paid him to be with her. That's what it all boils down to. She paid him, and she found a way to steal from the people in order to do it. She took the money from, black people, this black man, this, black people, black this, black that. Nah, no. Fannie could never sit there and say anything about black people and how much she's trying to help the black community. No, she was only trying to help herself, just like P. Diddy helped himself to all the wild stuff he was doing. So yeah, she took that money, and you weren't able to get bread or milk due to it. Well, that's one part of the economy down there, but Shyne is getting ready to he's getting ready to have a, how can I say, depending on how he does it, Will he put Belize first? Or will he pull this Bidenomics? And will he do what is being done here? They both have stolen more from the community. You know something? You're absolutely right. And she is not giving any information to the chair of the judiciary, Rep. What's his name? Oh my goodness, not Jim Jordan. She's fighting him tooth and nail from giving up any information because she knows he's going to find all the stealing. I can't say money laundering because they were not taking the money from someplace obscure, cleaning it up, and then putting it out there to where it could be seen. Or the money coming out in a way that came out of a business. No. What they did was misappropriate the funds. Or in other words, stealing. It's... Yeah, that's all what they did was they flat out and stole everything. And yeah, they just flat out and took it. But here's the part. This is what really gets me. She goes to the church and says, "Oh, you know, these white racists, yeah, they're racist, and she's called them everything but the children of God." Yes, Ashley Merchant is a racist. Her husband's a racist. Her dog is a racist. I mean, the mice around the corner are racist. Saying all of that to deflect from the theft and the lying with the lying. Number one, going to the church and lying to the parishioners. Then just continuously with the lies, getting people all riled up because the only thing what it takes is to call somebody a racist. Racism, and that gets people all riled up. Then comes back and says, "Well, you know, I did have relations with that man, but we were together before I became DA. And then when I became DA, we broke up, and you can't make this stuff up. You can't. Look, some of you Democrats are going to get mad at me. That is quite all right. You can stay mad at me because it doesn't take away from the facts. The facts is she did what she did, and she did it and still doing it, and you allow it. And if you re-elect her after everything what she has done and going after Donald Trump, she is the patsy of the White House. She is. I'm not. I gotta change the heading to my live stream. She is a patsy. She did not speak to Joe Biden because Joe Biden doesn't even know what day it is. I think maybe there might be a little act there. I'm not quite sure to keep from getting charged, but she met with Kamala Harris. Now, if you look at another video that I did, how she got that information to be able to secure a RICO, she can secure the charge, but I don't see her getting it through. Anyone becomes rich off of taxpayer money while being in public servants is a criminal. Yeah, because you're stealing. You're stealing from the people who's paying the taxes. Now, when you pay... you know, women like her bother me, and women like her really bother me because she, in my opinion, I'm allowed to have an opinion, Democrats. She's cutthroat. She's cutthroat, and she will go along to get along to make that money. Whatever way the wind blows, she goes. And because Kamala Harris, her name appeared on that law, because you have to write down your name, whomever goes in and out that White House, whomever goes in and out the executive building, you have to write down your name. You got to keep a log on it. Her name was there. I believe she met Kamala Harris 2 or 3 times. Now, what is not publicized is that she met with Liz Cheney, a Republican. Now, you're going to think, well, Republican. No, 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 no. Donald Trump is in no man's land. Now, Donald Trump, he was a Democrat. Democrats didn't want him. He ran on a Republican ticket. The Republicans were upset. Liz Cheney, her thing goes back to Janetto 6. You know what that is. I don't want any blue marks on my channel. I got enough of them already. She is... Okay, we'll talk about that. She gave Fannie Willis information that she was able to use in going after Trump. Now, Liz Cheney has a special type of hatred towards Trump, so much so that she lost her seat. She was so laser focused on Trump that she ignored her constituents, and then they voted her out of Nevada. They got rid of her. But they voted for her again. I mean, I thought that was wild. I thought it was really wild, but it is what it is. That's what they did. Now, when you say that Trump, you're right. Trump is not a part of the swamp, DC swamp. No, he's not. He's not. He is, how can I say? He's not a part of the Beltway. He's an outsider coming in. And Trump offends any and everybody. He offended the Republicans. He offended the Democrats. He offended even whomever else was in there. He puts America first. Now, I get, man, the level of pushback I get. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Jordan G? The level of pushback that I get for talking about Trump. I'm supposed to be talking about Joe Biden and how he is great for America, how he is going to continue doing great by keeping the borders open, by giving money to everyone. Now, if you want to talk about stealing from the taxpayers, Joe Biden, on a massive level. The level of money that we have to pay back to the U.S. Now, he never did a referendum. He never asked us, okay, American people, will it be okay for the U.S. government to give your tax dollars over, how much did he give to the ukulele country? What, like over 200 billion? 200 billion to the ukulele country. Give them money unchecked. We don't even get an invoice. We don't even get a partial receipt where this money's going to. We don't get, thank you, 200 billion. Thank you, Bob, 200 billion. We never had a referendum. They never asked us. We never voted on yay or nay. Joe Biden just did it. Here, take that money. And the Senate and the House of Representatives voted on it and went along with it. Now, you have some who are like, no, we can't afford it. We afforded it once. And if you go to my older videos, I show you how that problem with the ukulele country, how that even started. There's a lot of info on that. Check my earlier videos. I was doing that about 6 months ago, close to almost, close to a year ago. And I show you how it occurred, who was in it, and what countries also assisted. And Turkey's one of them. And now Turkey's like, you know, U.S., we shouldn't even be here. So, you know, Putin, nah. Okay, U.S., nah. We're not going to leave us out of it. This is your mess. But in fact, I wonder what Shyne's thoughts are, what's going on in the ukulele country. He might not say anything, or he might go along to get along, because that might mean that he might not have any any monies, shall I say? Any monies to oh my goodness. For him to continue having money come into his country from the United States, because the U.S. always gives several millions of dollars to 160 countries every year to promote democracy. Now, Shyne wants some of that money to help Belize to further its form of democracy. Now, I don't know why we're even doing it, because we're not a democracy at all. But I digress on that one. But let me ask you, do you think P. Diddy was betrayed by Shyne? Do you think he was betrayed? Or do you think Shyne just does what all politicians do? And that is get what they can get while the getting is getting good. Oh, man. What are your thoughts? I almost want to do a poll. Let me see. Okay, I don't want to start that. Oh, okay. Oh, well, thank you very much, Bob. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I mean, for me, yeah, I most definitely believe that, Shyne. Oh, okay. Well, I think I'm going to do more evening lives. I think I'm going to do that. Normally, I do them earlier, but I'm going to do them later, maybe around this time, a little bit more often. But I think Shyne did what was politically best for him. And it had nothing to do with friendship at all. But then again, P. Diddy and friendship, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Him being a friend, because P. Diddy only did to Shyne. Shyne only did to P. Diddy what P. Diddy did to him. And I just don't know when P. Diddy's going to, is going to get the clink clink. But I want to keep this live short for now, because I really got off topic. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you agree with me. I'm glad you do. Oh, my goodness. Okay. But it's good. It's really going to be interesting to watch, because I've been keeping an eye on Belize, and I gotta say, I'm waiting for them to start. They're a lively bunch down there. They are lively, quite interesting. And then, for Shyne to say Belize is a narco country. Now, the money that was coming in was through H parking traffic. They were getting money through there. I mean, money that way to come up here to the U.S. and other places. So that was one of the drop-off points. And now he's like, oh, we got this problem here. U.S., we need help. We need help with that. Yeah, P. Diddy, yep, you allegedly, possibly, may have use Belize along with other cartelrias, using Belize as a stopping ground before you continue on up north or wherever places they're sending these people to. And I got to do a video separately just on that, because that right there is a very deep, how can I say, topic. And you'd be surprised how people get into that. It's not just people snatching you off the street and putting you there, even though that some people enter that world of H car traffic jam. Okay, I'm trying to messing it up. A lot of times, parents whom cannot afford the families that they have put their daughters and their sons into that situation. And the people that do that give them money and then take them wherever they're going to go and have them work as prosthetic legs. And that's going to be a tough one to do. Oh man, but there needs to be some type of understanding on how that happens and how Joe Biden, and yes, Joe Biden being complicit in a way, not complicit by having the borders open and having an influx of people coming in unvetted, unchecked. I mean, look at some of the videos to where you see people there that have a man and a woman, and they have a couple of children, and the children are just sort of zoned out. And these are toddlers. These are... That's going to be a hard one for me to do. A very hard one. But that right there is a big thing going on in Belize. And I hope Shyne is really trying to do the right thing by his people, by stopping that, and by saying you can't use my country, because Belize wasn't on the triangle of parking lot. I can't remember what I said. Belize wasn't a part of that. It was Honduras, El Salvador, and Mexico. That triangle, and bringing them all through there. I mean, it's rough, to where the U.S. has laws specifically for those three areas. Now Belize has been added to that area. Oh my goodness, but okay. All right, it's 50-50. Okay. 50-50. Okay, I'm going to end that poll. All right. Yeah, so, but I find it quite interesting. The first place where he went was Georgia. I thought that was interesting. And specifically Fulton County, specifically there. And oh man, I can't remember who he spoke to. I have to go back and find the articles. Everything that I have articles on. And P. Diddy made that happen. He got those politicians met and linked Shyne up with those politicians there. It was on a local level, city council, also, oh my goodness, the senators in the House of Representatives that were around that area. And they were all, he didn't meet with any Republicans at all. They were all Democrats. So by him being on the opposition party, the opposition party is the Democratic Party, and they're opposing the conservatives. And I don't know what the conservatives part, I know it's not Republicans, it's called something else. I have to find out what it is. But It's really something going on down there. But I gotta say, he most definitely got his just dessert. Just my 2 cents. As P. Diddy's going down, I used you enough so I can move aside and keep on going up, P. Diddy. As you go down for all that the jacked up stuff you did for all these years. And keep this in mind. P. Diddy was linked to the Democratic Party. Remember, vote or die. Remember that? The Democratic Party, he was tied in with them. So let's not forget that at all. We can't forget that. So he was tied in with the Democratic Party. He wasn't tied into Republican Party. No, the Democratic Party. And lost. So I thought that was quite interesting. They're like, hey, P. Diddy, you're not bringing in the people. You're supposed to have your finger on the pulse. You're supposed to be able to get the black vote, get the young people's votes. You're not getting them. But the Democrats have been going down so much so to where now Kamala Harris, man, I gotta change the title of this. Kamala Harris actually admitted, that she needs the black male vote. Oh, we know that you need jobs. Oh, we know that the black community or black men needs money for entrepreneurship to where they could build their own businesses. Oh, we know that you need to get more money in HBCUs to properly fund it. They know what all the issues are. Oh, we know that we need to do something about police reform. Oh, and to me, it's a bunch of talk. Because Kamala Harris made it quite clear that she's not doing anything specifically for black Americans. Nothing. It would have to be everyone. But the Asian hate crime, they got something. And they came with tangibles. Democratic Party came with money. Okay, you need these, or you need these things for the Asian community? Oh, you got it. The Latinos, oh, you need this? You're not even legal in this country. We're going to give you this. And then the first thing, whenever it comes to black Americans, we need a study. No, you don't need a study. You gave $200 million, $1 billion to people over in the other side of the world that didn't even put $2 in the taxpayers. Nothing but giving all this money away. But you can't help taxpayers that are black Americans. You can't help them. It's a mess. And they are losing terribly. And they're losing a lot of black voters that they had before and don't have now. And people are frustrated, are like, okay, I'm not voting at all. I don't like Donald Trump because I think he's a racist and I think he has a raccoon that he shot and put it on his head. That's wild. Put it on his head. I don't trust him. And Joe Biden, he's a liar and he's also a racist too. And if you look at both of them, I don't know which one's a bigger racist. I mean, it could go on and on and on. But Kamala Harris, she can never use that black card again because she was like, oh yes, I'm a black American, all this other stuff, and black people bought it. I didn't. I'm like, Kamala, don't you ever? And I emailed her. Her campaign. You know how campaigns are. They go ahead and start emailing people, doing mass emails, and I just said, look, don't you ever email me anything because I don't like you. You are a horrible person. I can't say horrible person, but I don't like what you did out in California, and you're going to be worse on the international level. I'm sorry, national level. No. Do not email me again. And I didn't get another email. But I know, back to Shyne, Shyne needs them. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. And I did not mean to be this long on this subject. Hey, so look, like, subscribe. That is for free. It's free. Help me out. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers, and I'm working diligently. Help me out there. And if you want to jump out the window, you could donate. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Politics with Laura, all one word. On that note, I want to thank you. Thank you for stopping by.